Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Tony T. Smith, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about what is your breaking point. I'm going to also talk a little bit about a green-eyed doctor and a kid that used to bite on his hand when he reached his breaking point. And some signs to look for, and some things that actually occur in today's society that pretty much push people over the top of reaching their breaking point. That and more after this. Welcome back. My name is Tony T. Smith, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about what is your breaking point and some signs that you can look for. You know, today we live in a microwave society where everybody wants everything at an instant, at a drop of a dime. If they don't get it, they'll get to what they call a breaking point. And there are actually two types of breaking points. They're good and bad. Some of the bad breaking points, of course, you have road rage and traffic jams. You see that all the time here in the Washington, D.C. area. Another thing is because of the society we live in today, many of you are working with computers, and how often do you get frustrated and want to throw the thing down when it's freezing up and it's not maybe moving fast enough for you? And then also there's some of you that may go in corporate buildings and have to deal with elevators. And how often do you press the button and anticipating that the elevator will open the doors, and yet it hasn't? And 5 seconds later, you're pressing the button again like it's supposed to magically make it come down faster. You know, that's also a breaking point. Now, there are some good breaking points, and one good breaking point that comes to mind is the goals that you set for yourself. And sometimes to test yourself to see if you're able to obtain that goal, you're going to have to come to a breaking point to test you. You know, it's just to make sure that you can set those high standards and go to the next level. There's two things I like to share with you that you can actually be aware of. And first is understand who you are and master yourself. And then that way, when you're able to master your ability, you'll never really get to the point where you'll get to a state of perfection. All you can do is really better your best. But once you better your best, you'll get to a point where you'll understand your good and bad breaking points. And then that's when you can really take your life to the next level. Another thing is don't let people push you into something you're not comfortable with. In terms, I've seen people get recommended for positions, but that particular person, it just wasn't in their heart to do it. But yet, because it was a recommendation, a referral, they went ahead and pursued it regardless of what they were feeling inside. And as a result, a few months later, they were let go of the position because it was never in their heart. They had reached a breaking point and they couldn't handle the transition. Now, earlier, I had mentioned about a green-eyed doctor. Now, we all know, some of you probably figured it out with all the Avengers, and quite naturally, the Hulk and David Banner doesn't exist. But I love the example of David Banner, because David Banner knew his breaking point as far as getting frustrated, getting overheated, getting excited. Those things would transition him into a supreme being called the Hulk. So David Banner knew his breaking point. Another example I mentioned earlier was the kid who used his teeth when he reached the breaking point. Well, I'm talking about myself, and many of my family members know what I'm talking about. When I was a youth, probably between the ages of 5 and 8 years old, my cousins knew how to test me. And when they pissed me off, or I got to the point where I was frustrated, I would bite down on my finger. And I think for the longest time I had teeth marks on my finger. Ultimately, I broke that habit, which I'm glad I did. Yeah, I feel kind of funny telling that story. But you know, it's a part of this scenario as far as a breaking point. You know, we have breaking points. Now, I like to leave you with a little verse in the Bible that actually can be referred to a breaking point. I think it's from James 1:6. It says, "But let him act in faith with no doubting. For he who doubts is like a wave of the sea and is driven and tossed by the wind." So my name is Tony T. Smith. Please share this video, be a part of my YouTube family, comment below What are some of your breaking points? What are some of the things that frustrate you, good and bad? And for that, I'll talk to you later.